Hi everyone, Mayor Lovett here. I wanted to take a moment to do this video regarding some concerns that have come up with the water meter replacement program the town has been doing and address some concerns from residents that have experienced high water bills. Since March, questions have been raised regarding the water meter program, and I want to let you know that we take your questions very seriously. We are here to help you, and we want to ensure that residents have answers to all their questions and are informed of the facts. But first, I need to apologize to some members of our community. The water meter replacement program was approved by Council in 2018 as a program to phase out our old meters that were at the end of their life cycle. Right before COVID hit, we had replaced approximately 80% of the meters. On March 20th, the town suspended all residential water meter replacement work. This decision was made considering all the measures recommended by the federal, provincial, and regional public health agencies in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. On June 22nd, after careful consideration and monitoring developments from the Government of Ontario, the town resumed water meter replacement operations and enhanced the health and safety protocols were put in place in order to protect residents, technicians, and town staff. In July, final notice letters were delivered to a small number of residents who hadn't yet had their meter replaced, which included a statement in the letter, quote, "If access is not provided, your water may be shut off until access and upgrades are completed," end quote. This approach was totally offside and unacceptable during COVID. We are truly sorry for any fear or distress this may have caused residents who received this letter. It was not the best strategy to try and get us over the finish line in completing the replacement program. So again, please accept my apology. When Council learned about the letter's distribution, it was halted and staff were directed to change direction and take a more customer-centric approach. On October 6th, the new letter was sent to all outstanding replacement accounts. A $120 cost recovery fee was announced for manual reading if an appointment was not booked for a replacement. This cost covers the expense for manual meter reading services. The letter also outlined the safety protocols put in place and the town's interest in discussing and working through any concerns residents may have. We realize there are a few homes who still have old meters that want to protect family members with a compromised immune system and do not want anyone entering their home for any reason. We completely understand your position and respect that and commit to working with everyone to address the timing of your replacement. And as such, we will also waive the $120 fee. But you have to let us know so we can update your account records. The water meter program is vital to our community to ensure residents receive safe, clean drinking water. Replacing 12,000 meters is a massive undertaking, and while we've made some mistakes in the process, we've learned some valuable lessons that will inform our approach moving forward. I'd like to address some of the challenges residents have experienced in getting a response from our staff in the water department. Before last week, there were 3 staff managing our water billing. With over 12,000 accounts, you can imagine that when a billing goes out, there can be a lot of questions generated. In the past, our customer service staff have been able to help most residents with their questions. But unfortunately, as we've experienced, some residents have seen their bills substantially increase since COVID. These questions have required input from our water staff who have become overwhelmed by the call and email volume. Getting a timely response was almost impossible due to the volume of calls. So last week I called a meeting of our senior staff to try and address some of these customer service issues and the complaints Council was receiving regarding how long it was taking to get a response. So I'm pleased to report that we've taken immediate action and 4 staff have been reassigned to help get through the backlog. We are asking for your patience as we do, but can assure you that if you've called or emailed, you'll get a response soon. Again, we're sorry for the delay in getting back to you. But as you can imagine, some of these issues are not quick solves and require time to understand the issue and troubleshoot what could be the cause of the problem. On average, a call can take up to 30 minutes. With 30-minute calls on an average working day, staff can only reach 16 people per day. I hope you can see how easy it is for a backlog to form. So we have moved staff over to help, and we will get a response to all of your questions soon. I want to also talk to you about the high consumption notices and some bills our community have received. Firstly, regarding the meters themselves. Every new meter has been tested for accuracy following assembly. A new meter will have an initial reading when installed, usually around 250 liters. Residents will only be charged for water they use and not this initial reading. We are confident that the new water meters are functioning correctly and that the readings are an accurate indication of the amount of water passing through the meter in a residence. As a sign of good faith, though, we will be randomly choosing and replacing 20 of the 255 accounts who have received high water consumption notices in the past billing cycle who have had their meters switched to new ones at no cost. We will have these meters tested and we will disclose the findings to the public when we get the results. So, why the high consumption? Well, there could be a few reasons. Since COVID, we've been home more. It is truly amazing how much water can be consumed without even thinking about it. My 3 kids have been home from university since March. They were home all summer, not working at summer camp, and they will remain home all year doing online university. Having 3 more adults in my home has had a substantial impact on our water bill. I received the high water consumption notice in our last billing, so I can understand where many of you are coming from. I too was shocked when I received the bill. If we are totally honest, I think water is something that we take for granted. We trust that water is safe when we turn on the tap and we use it as needed. We don't really think about the costs associated with taking longer showers or the increased use of the dishwasher or the extra loads of laundry with more people home. Secondly, there could be an issue in your home. Now, before you tune me out, stay with me for a few minutes because I have personal experience with this. Without knowing it, I had a flapper valve in a toilet that wasn't sealing after flushing. At random times when I was home, I could hear the toilet tank filling up for 3 to 5 seconds at a time. This started to happen more regularly, and when I went to Shell Lumber and got a replacement flapper valve and installed it, the leak stopped. Leaks are far more common than anyone wants to admit. That being said, the response from staff that you must have a leak is admittedly not the best out of the gate. But it is a possibility that we all need to take responsibility for looking into. We've discovered that water softeners, toilet flapper valves, reverse osmosis systems need to be checked and are often the cause of high consumption. Thirdly, the cost of water service has increased. I've heard from some residents that have stated that their water rates have doubled in the last 5 years. In actuality, rates have increased by 38.33% on average since 2015. And that's not insignificant, as many have experienced on their bills. But simply put, the costs of delivering the service have gone up. There is a $1 billion treatment facility on Lake Ontario that treats all of our wastewater, and the costs of operating that system are rising. If we're really honest, we flush and we don't give it a second thought. Do you know that disposable wipes aren't really disposable, as an example? And if you flush them, it damages the system. There's a real cost that gets passed on to residents for maintaining clean drinking water and managing the East Duffins Treatment Center. So here are some tips to reduce water consumption. Use low-flow shower heads, which can reduce flow by as much as 40%. Use low-flow aerators on all of your inside faucets, which can reduce water flow by as much as 50%. When replacing fixtures, look for the WaterSense label. Fix or replace faucets and toilets that are leaking. If you're in an older home, chances are you have an older toilet that uses on average 14 liters of water per flush. If you've upgraded to a WaterSense toilet, they will use 4.85 liters, which is a significant difference. Check and fix faulty water softeners. These can be a huge issue for unnecessary water usage. We completely understand the frustration some of you feel with these high bills. So let me outline what Council has done to address this. In March, Council approved a new high water consumption credit policy, which provides for an adjustment that is 50% of the excess between the high water bill and the average water bills in the past. The amount of relief is based on the water rate in effect at the time of the high water consumption and can be only used once every 10 years. As a result of COVID-19 pandemic, the Region of York at their April 2nd meeting approved retaining the 2020 water and wastewater rates at their 2019 levels, which was passed on to Witchard-Stouffville residents. Also in April, Witchard-Stouffville Council approved waiving of interest and penalties on water and wastewater bills until May 29th. And most recently, due to the inquiries related to high water consumption, our CAO initiated a third-party audit of our water billing and water meter replacement process, which is currently underway. I want to ensure that residents understand that the town is committed to working with you regarding all of your billing questions and issues. These are extraordinary times we are living in, and we are empathetic to the pressures many of you are facing during the pandemic. We are here to help, but I need to reiterate that in order to do that, you must reach out to us. Posting your frustration on Facebook is totally valid, but it will not allow us to try and address your issues. So please send us an email or give us a call. As the backlog is cleared, we will be able to address your concerns in a timely manner. If you have lasted to the end of this video, congratulations. I hope it was helpful and reaffirms our commitment to work with all of you through these challenging times. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.